back to childhood.
Yes. Tell me, you from Chicago.
So I'm from Chicago. I'm not only from Chicago. I am Chicago. I grew up in the streets of Chicago. In our day, the terminology was ran the streets. It doesn't mean I controlled and owned the streets. We literally ran them. You're in and out of gangways and up in buildings. In the 1960s and 1970s, Chicago was gang infested. And I was in a gang. And not only was I in a gang, I was the president of a branch of a big major gang.
Can I ask you about that?
Yeah, of
Gang
course.
culture.
Yeah.
Just so, because there's a lot of people who are going to see this, just to put some context on a few things. So, like a lot of the people I know grew up in Boston or New York City, and a lot of them are gang-oriented people.
Right.
And even with Steve Long, with the Angels, that era, you know, a lot of the, yes, there was crime and things like that in defending your block and everything, but it was so new back then. A lot of these guys that got into New York were ex-Vietnam vets and they wanted their camaraderie and they had the patches, and that's kind of where it exploded. That was the beginnings of gang life in New York, aside from the defense and the drugs and whatever else went with it. But a lot of it was also fashion. The patches, the colors. In Chicago, was it like that as well? Like the Warriors? Was every
I want to get up and go and run and get my gang sweater. We were the Warriors. Right. I remember when the movie came out, I'm gonna guess 1978, 79.
79.
It was the peak of my gangbang career.
Okay.
And we watched that movie. The only fallacy in that movie was all of those actors were older. They were in their 30s, but they were playing young guys. But beyond that, that was real gang life, and it's every city.
It's based on a true story, that movie. You know that, right?
I read the book. Saul Ulrich, he wrote the book. It's easy to say, sure, it's true story. Easy. No reason to dispute it being a true story, because that's how people lived. New York was intense, but I'm going to give people a quick explanation for why. The first thing is neighborhood, where you grew up. And that's who you were tight with, and that's who you kind of clicked with. That was your den of thieves right there. And some of us had neighborhoods right next door, 3 blocks away, and these guys were your enemies. I'm talking murder all the time, shootings, stabbings, fights. In my period, a little bit before my period, they had jackets. So it was a jacket. It was
like jackets, the car clubs and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then came school sweaters.
Okay.
And then came the gang sweater. So the school sweaters had 3 stripes here. And now gang sweaters had a shock. I have a gang sweater. I'm going to go and show it to you. I don't only have one gang sweater. I have my personalized gang sweater, which is a little extreme.